What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action. Wait, what do I want? LA. Yes. No, that didn't work because I don't have a... Anyways, just ignore that. Let's just... Boom. It's fixed. It's fixed. It's fixed. 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 Spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color playing as Odin. His name is Suppe. His opponent today in the red color playing as Isis. His name is Kimo. The map is Savannah. And this is a random game that I yoinked from the Voobly database, being played like yesterday or something. And I'm just going to say right here, right now, get your popcorn, get your tasty treats. We're in for it, all right? We're in for it, okay? If you're on the YouTubes, you know you're in for it because you can check the timer of this video. Anyways, onwards and upwards. We've got relics on the map. We've got the flagstone of Buhan with negative 25% wall gold cost. On the top side of the map, we've got Thundercloud, Shawl, and in the left side of the map, we've got Suppe already walling. This is my idea. This is me. Oh no. My ideas have infiltrated the top levels of Age of Mythology right now. I mean, it's just to some degree. I mean, this doesn't really... This is such a small wall here. What does it cost? 6, 9, 12. 12 gold for this. So, I mean, it's fine. My idea is a little bit more extreme. Get 3 Ulfsark, wall the entire map by 4 minutes. Live the dream. But, yeah, okay. Anyways, onwards and upwards. Suppe, I don't know much about what's going on right now in the top 1v1 community here because there's no real tournaments. The meta plays are coming on every month with the monthlies of the one-day tournaments, but not every top player is participating. So I don't know how many people are going kind of crazy high level of gameplay, but Suppe's currently sitting number 2, I believe, on the ladder, or number 3 or 4 or something in the top 10, and Kimo as well. Obviously, being a very, very strong player. But when Kimo plays ladder games, just like random 1v1s, he's trying stuff out. And he's always looking to find new strategies and improve his game, and he does play a metric shit ton of Age Mythology. So you got to take these games with a grain of salt as well, because whatever they're, I mean, obviously trying very hard to win, but whatever they're trying to do is different, like, I believe that's the same with Suppe, because it's not a tournament game. They're not going with their top strategies, or maybe they are. Very, very different. Depends on what they're really trying to do in this game here. But they both know that they're up against some incredibly strong competition. We see the next wall already up here for Suppe, and this Ulfsark still scouting around. We see the temple coming up with the second Ulfsark already over here, looking to grab this second town center. There is a little bit of an interesting idea here from with Norse. I haven't really seen it much on Voobly, but on an extended edition, you can do 2 town center fast heroics against Egyptians and then get our Bogsviger to deal with all the crazy shenanigans that they do, because Bogsviger have that bonus against myth units. So myth units are normally a really strong way to go against Norse early. For example, Anubites or Sphinx. Or even Wadget, like it's all kind of really strong. See that Ogscart coming out as Suppe advances. Look at this build here. Absolute perfection. He's got this second wall up already. Is starting to make his way around the map. If he gets a wall here, and a wall over here and here, then he's successfully protected himself from any sort of crazy shenanigans here. So Kimo's already got his second town center up. He's currently housed. Yes, he is currently housed. I think he just forgot to build it. It's funny, he does this quite a bit. But yep, it's fine. And he's getting his temple up, ready to go to the next stage. He's got the 2 monuments. So this does indicate to me that he's probably looking to go for Anubis here. So we'll see how that's going to go. Oh, maybe this recorded game's having some issues or something. But we see Suppe already very, very close to the next stage here as more walls coming up here. I'm surprised to see the wall like this when he's Has he not spotted this? He spotted that the wall could go here. There is a gold mine and a town center, but that's easily a way to come in this way. We see the Raven scouting out this food situation here already. And this is one of the reasons why ISIS has fell out of popularity quite a bit in recent years, is because people have worked out that ISIS is pretty vulnerable in the 4-minute 30 to 6-minute range when they really, really need food income to get to the heroic age, or to get villages out, or to do anything, and they just can't defend this food source with the vast majority of ISIS's potent strategies. So we'll see what's going to happen here as Kimo is going to Anubis here. So not really a surprise though. Bast, definitely an option here with the 2 monuments. Can definitely get out some Sphinx and use those as a sort of crush units to push through walls, and then hit an Ancestor's Eclipse with Spearman Sphinx. Very, very strong. We see the Valkyrie here coming through. Priest and Pharaoh are going to be attacking this one as best as he can, as best as they can, and Kimo's going to be microing that villager away, keeping that one alive. Nice play here from Kimo to keep himself gathering from this food, but he is just about out of it. He may actually have to cast Prosperity to get out farms here, because he's currently walled off of this hunt. He can't push in through this location here. The raiding cavalry are starting to come out, going to be hitting this location. We've got the second Anubite out already here for Kimo. Does he have any upgrades out? No upgrades. He is going to get Feet of the Jackal, cost 10 favor and 90 gold. So it's expensive in favor, but pretty inexpensive in gold, and definitely makes these Anubites quite a bit stronger. So we see what he's going to try and get with these. You don't really want to target human units here against Odin, because they're just going to re-heal for the most part. And Kimo's just going to retreat back and grab this town center. Interesting play here. So 2 town center semi-fast mythic here from Kimo could be incredibly strong here. And so we'll see if that's going to be the go, especially if he goes through Thoth and gets out Phoenix. It was very, very difficult for Norse players to deal with that. So we'll see. But town center is definitely going to be getting up, and lots of villagers on gold at this point to start farming. And he's got the wood income already. I think he needs to... He's got pickaxe, so he's got enough to get out plow. And the town center, 100% going to get up right now. We see the raiding cavalry going to be targeting down the Pharaoh here. Maybe going to be able to snipe that one, and does pick that one off before the town center gets up. But that's going to be great for Kimo. He's 2 town centers already. Soup going for his own second town center here. And villagers moving up into this corner here to grab these zebra. It looks like really not that much food on this savannah, though. There are gazelle over here. But this is one of the lowest spawn savannas you'll see. Baboons across the map and everything else, but that's kind of it. So a bit of a surprise here for both players, to be honest. And we are seeing that Kimo is going to be happily gathering from this gold mine for just a little bit here, as Soup is going to be retreating back. He's not really happy pushing in against those Anubites, though they don't do all too much, to be honest here. Because he needs to defend with them. But, like, I don't know about raiding cavalry at this point anyways. Like, you don't really need them. Like, let's check out what Soup is doing. Is he still building units? No. So he's looking like he's probably going to go to the next age, which is fantastic. So he's got a couple of raiding cavalry. He picked off a Pharaoh with it, but that's about it. The Anubites running straight in to Soup here before retreating back as they just hit those Hersa straight away. And, like, for the most part here, Soup is very, very defended by these walls so far. This is the only real entrance to his base, is these two little gaps here, and we do see those Anubites going to be making their way back home. We see a barracks coming up for Kimo, 2 barracks coming up for Kimo. A bit surprised to see the barracks here. Obviously not reading the situation very well for Kimo. Simply, well, he sees the units, but Soup's going to be out here at the next age really soon, and those barracks units are very inefficient when Jarl come into the mix, and Huskar, depending on what he wants to make. Obviously, we see the Anubite here is going to get away with 9 HP. Very, very close. 5 HP. Just needs one more hit. And oh god, he didn't clean it up. Needs one more hit. 1 HP is going to heal that one back up. 2 full HP. Oh, that's got to hurt there, because he did lose a little bit. So nice micro from Kimo in that situation there. Let's check out Soup's economy here. Still not able to get to the next age. Still making gatherers from this location. If you're going for the semi-fast heroics, you're going to need a lot more dwarf in the heroic age, because you're making Hillforge, making high gold cost units in Jarl or Hoskal, and Frost Giants and all the other stuff. So getting those extra dwarves out, chucking them onto chickens, while it does net you less overall food, you're spending less food, so you get to the rock edge faster, and then you can put them over onto gold a little bit later, and it's a little bit more nice there. And we do see Skadi, God of Choice, obviously here to counter the impending either Ancestors or just the fact that Frost is really good and Winter Harvest is really good. So we'll see where Kimo's going to go with this. He's currently throwing up an armory here, ready to go to the next age. A little bit of forget there from Kimo to get that one up, but he should be able to advance very, very soon. The Anubites are starting to run around the map and looking to cause some chaos here. I'll be surprised if we see Nephthys, to be honest, because Hathor is so strong in this situation. You get Plague of Serpents, Nubite, Path Block for a really, really big Locust. And as Isis, the players just are not expecting Locust. They're just not expecting Locust to come through very often. So they're not going to be splitting up their gold villages very much, though we do see Suppe doing just that. So he's very, very smart player playing around that already. We see the Anubites here sneaking in onto this location. And do we see Hathor? We do see Hathor here for Kimo. And Suppe going through Skadi here, pushing forward. And he's going to be looking to make something happen. And do we see a hill fort anywhere? That's the question, because there will be rocks. And the only real response to a rock is we see the market instantly going up in the corner for Suppe. Maybe a fast mythic here going through Ragnarok instantly for a gold staff. This is a fairly old strategy, but we'll see if it's going to work out for him or not. And it does a lot of damage to Isis simply because they don't have anything to deal with it early, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough to win if he goes for it. Maybe going through tier here wouldn't be a bad idea to really slow Kimo down, set up the walls all over the map, take all the map control. There's Hathor there, there's the rock, there's the Patsukos, still no hill fort up just yet for Suppe as the Anubites just running around looking for something to Locust here. This is only 8 dwarves, so if he kills every one of those dwarves, it's kind of worth it to Locust that right now. So we'll see, but the market's up, the resources are in the bank, and this is simply put exactly what Norse economy looks like. Here's the Frost Giant. Just going to miss that Anubite there. A little bit sad there. Oh, 13 villagers hit a Locust. We'll see if it's going to hit it. He hits the villagers. Locust goes down. The villagers retreating away. Only loses 2. Only loses 2 villages. He's going to lose a third one, though, as it's running away. A little bit of an unfortunate one there for Kimo. His Anubite jumped in. And honestly, what you want to try and do, because oftentimes when the Anubite jumps in and hits, the villagers are going to want to turn and fight. That's the natural instinct because there's only 1 myth unit there. And then cast Locust, because Suppe went in to do that before running back. But I think we will be seeing that upgrade coming very soon. We're starting to see we're actually not going to the Mythic Age just yet. Lots of gold in the bank, though. Kimo, on the other hand, he's starting to build units here. He's got Axemen. He's spending his resources just out of gold, out of food, but he's gotten almost all of his economic upgrades. Just needs to get carpenters, and he's good to go here. We do see the lumber camp going up in the middle of nowhere. Will Suppe spot this one, though? He does not. This Raven's a little bit sad, but he spots the gold mine, which is always good. See the Valkyrie getting sniped here as the Raven, the rock flying overhead. It causes a little bit of issues. I love that there's a couple of Axemen in here. That completely shuts down one Hersa from just kind of making the Patsukos not do so much. But you could drop the Axemen down and make this Patsukos 2-hit. A villager, a dwarf there specifically, as we see in the 3rd town center coming up, as Suppe's still not advancing, as it looks like. Yeah, he's still not advancing. So much gold in the bank, though. So much gold in the bank. 104 population, still no hill forts up. We see the Anubite over here does get sniped there from the Frost Giants as this rock coming in, going to be looking to pick off some more villagers. And Kimo's in an absolutely fantastic position right now. He's going up to 3 town centers, getting his siege workshop up. And they're going to be looking to start pushing in. One thing that you want to do with Isis, that Isis does have an advantage over, say, Ra in this matchup, is the fact that monuments block frost. So make sure that your villagers are relatively well protected from a frost. So a monument here, maybe a monument here. And you can delete this monument to the villagers now and rebuild it at the front as well. So you only have to go off the monument to priest, which is a bit cheaper. And we do see a market going up here, just a safe market for now. Maybe he's going to come to the corner a little bit later when he feels like he's got that that ability there. And Baldur is on the way. So what's Kimo doing? Question here, he's not actually building anything, just a lot of resources in the bank, just holding on to those, just saving them, working out what his opponent's going to do. But as he's going through Hathor right now, what he can do, which he hasn't done just yet, is get this upgrade right here. Sun-dried mud brick. Sun-dried mud brick, masons, fortified town centers, tower, everything, axemen, and defend. And also those monuments are very key as well. But this rock is kind of just keeping Kimo busy, is ready to advance as well, so he can also go for Osiris, which will help out a ton against the Ragnarok. Let's check out Suppe. He's got a lot of villages here, 20 plus. Maybe he's up to like 80 villages right now or something like that. So the Ragnarok is going to be absolutely gigantic. How are the armory upgrades? Not very big. There is a little bit of a problem here for Suppe. He's only got 5 farms out. So only 5 farms means that these villages are just a little bit sad, and no watchtowers. It's very important. Whenever you see your opponent going Hathor, you just get watchtowers, and then they can't run through your base like this, and you can feel a lot better about yourself. But there is a fire giant now. That should be able to shut the rock down a little bit here, as it's still running rampant, and Kimo should be going Osiris here. There's the Osiris, there's the fortified town centers, and the sun-dried mud brick. And we will be starting to see towers getting thrown up left, right, and center. We see double walls coming out now for Kimo. He hasn't started his trade just yet. He needs more barracks up to start spamming out those axemen. He's got heavy axemen coming through, so ready to start spamming those. We do see a random plague of serpents here just to cause a little bit of issues, because he realizes that one's kind of useless. Just kind of why you want to use it in combo with the locust or something like that. You see the fire giant coming over here, and it's going to be making that rock retreat back. Definitely want to keep that rock alive in order to protect your pharaoh from certain death. We still don't... Do we see City of the Dead? No City of the Dead just yet. More barracks coming up for Kimo. And the big problem here for Kimo, and it's quite a big problem, is that there's a gold mine on the right side of the map, gold mine on the left side of the map that's almost expired, and this is the next gold mine to get. So Suppe can definitely get a lot of damage done with a gold staff here. And are these Baldur rams? No, he doesn't have Dwarven Augur just yet, not with the favor there, and he does manage to take down that rock there. There's the Osiris coming through for Kimo. He's got the heavy axeman. The Son of Osiris does get cast here straight away, and Kimo is getting champion axeman. How are the upgrades looking here? He's only got copper, mail, and weapons. Not bad at this point, but I'm sure we've already got bronze. No bronze. No upgrades here for Suppe just yet. 308 population is the Son of Osiris coming forward. There is this rock here. Going to be picking that Son of Osiris up, retreating back a little bit. There is the fire giant in the back. There aren't really too many throwing axemen, so he does have to be careful not to lose the fire giant to a mummy, because that's the only real answer to the rock here. As Kimo is trying to position here, starting to get up guard towers, which he already has, fortified town centers, architects, mud brick, 4,620 HP here for Kimo as the frost comes in. Going to be able to take down that Son of Osiris incredibly quickly, as he also snipes the mummy there on the left side of the map. Needs to get that surround onto the Son of Osiris. I love that this siege works, positioning with the Son of Osiris to lower the surface area there. And now the Son of Osiris is going to be taking a lot of damage. We'll see if Suppe can take that one down. And the fire giant starting to flood in onto this location here, as well, he's just not really focusing it down. And this could be a mistake here from Suppe, as the Son of Osiris is going to get picked up by that rock if the fire giants don't try and snipe it down. But the town center will definitely fall here, as Kimo is going to have to figure out how he's going to survive here. The axemen over here retreating away from these random heroes of Ragnarok that are pushing in onto this location. There's the rock coming in, ready to start picking up that Son of Osiris there. 2 seconds left, not targeting this down at all, as the rock does pick up the Son of Osiris. Going to be keeping that one alive here. Half HP'd it though, so a bit of a mistake there from Suppe. Definitely should have been paying attention on that one and taking that Son of Osiris down there, but it's just not quite what's going to happen for him. The Migdol stronghold over here is getting sniped. We see a forest fire coming in. Brutal forest fire, but there's just not that many villagers that get picked off by it. Just a couple there. But this will open up this town center for the time being. Soup now dropping down to 240 population, so he's lost about 20 rag heroes so far, 60 population so far in this push with Balder. See the Migdol stronghold about to go down. Pharaoh coming over onto this location here as the trade route could potentially get set up on this location to his home town center. That's classic Kimo there. We see the Axeman now coming in over onto the market here, going to attempt to take it down. 7 damage a second onto a market, only 960 HP though. And this is going to put a stop to Soup's gold income, but Soup's got 3,000 gold in the bank right now. And he can very, very easily rebuild a market because that's just something he can do. Now Soup pushing in to Kimo's base here as Kimo is going to attempt to defend with a Son of Osiris and a prayer here. We're starting to see barracks falling and Kimo trying to desperately defend here. He does have a bunch of these champion axemen ready to fight. Son of Osiris consistently getting picked up in order to deal damage over here and just snipe as many of these rag heroes as he possibly can. And we do see that the market has been sniped, but Soup way ahead of it, going to be getting that market back up on the corner of the map there. It's very, very important. Does he have coinage? Ooh, no coinage. Definitely want to grab that one as soon as he can. Son of Osiris now sitting all the way back here, still getting that value from it, but it looks like this town center is going to be going down. Does he have that Dwarven Auger yet? Still no Dwarven Auger. It's like he's got all these resources. This only costs gold and favor. It's definitely worth it to grab that upgrade because it gives so much bonus onto those portable rams. But obviously it wants to save that gold for something else here. The town center does end up going down. We've got this Son of Osiris is still getting tons of damage in, but starting to take a little bit of hits there. And Kimo is down to 1 town center, but Soup is down to 107 population here. And like I said, the big problem here for Soup is that he's only got 6 farms. This economic rebounds here from Soup is going to be so very slow. And Kimo, he's sitting only at 80 population, but he still has a ton of villagers remaining. And this Son of Osiris is cleaning house right now, just doing so much damage. Had Soup sniped this one, he would have been able to win this game so very, very easily. But now these portable rams coming in, sniping down house is going to be preventing Kimo from repopulating. And Kimo's only got like 5 farms himself over here. Bunch of idle villagers on this location here as well. And we're starting to see the fire giants throwing those fireballs here in order to try and take down these axemen that are doing damage. But Mummy is just sitting here waiting to come out, get some damage done. We see the Son of Osiris going to come in and probably snipe that fire giant fairly quickly. The Mummy does pop out and does snipe choose to snipe the fire giant instead of the full HP frost giant. There is what it is. And we are seeing these ox caravan just going for Soup. He should be just spamming out those dwarves at this point, getting farms down. How's those economic upgrades going? He's got plowed. That's it. Nothing else. Soup's retreating. 4 town centers for Soup, 1 town center for Kimo. Villagers are here for Kimo, so he's trying to get his town center back here. No gold in the bank. We've got 48 gold per 100 wood. So if he sells off 800-ish wood, he'll be able to get that town center back. And he will be making his way back over onto this gold mine, grabbing that and getting going here as Kimo has the economic advantage here, but it's only going to last for so long. But now we go into this next portion of the game. This is one of those rare games where Balder gets picked, Ragnarok gets clicked, and the game does not end with the Ragnarok because the damage was dealt. So much good damage here from Soup, and he's going to be able to get 4 town centers worth of villagers out. So looking at something like 16, 30 villages a minute or 32 villages a minute or something like that from those 4 town centers. Plus he's getting more ox caravans as well. But the Son of Osiris raid coming in here. What madness. There's a lot of low HP caravans here. Son of Osiris not quite fast enough to pick these off, but look at this damage because of the chain lightning. Just does so much. Doesn't manage to pick off any of them just yet, but Kimo is getting the max value out of those out of that Son of Osiris that he possibly can here. Now we're out of the berry bushes over here. One thing that Soup could do here is just chuck onto gold, buy wood, and make farms. Like instead of putting everything onto wood here, because wood's so cheap right now. 33 for wood. And now we got the lull as we are back into booming. We'll see if this son of Osiris will finally get sniped here. If Soup's going after him. Yes. 50, 40, 32, 15, 6. Dead. Yeah. Dead son of Osiris. We did it. Norse fire giants to the rescue here. Get that son of Osiris out of here. So now Kimo's got to be quick though. He can't let Soup get that economy rolling because how's he going to get this town center back? And if he gets the town center back, he still has to manage against Norse late game, which is no real slouch with those fire giants, with kind of ballast towers, everything else that will come with it. The walls coming up for Soup, just quartering off the entire map. Kimo's happy to take this corner position here though with the market instead of right off onto the side. And Soup also a little bit sad here as well. And he has to re-wall off over here as well. Love this Raven positioning, just making sure Kimo does not get that gold mine. Kimo's only got 1 gold left on this gold. 2,000 gold left on this gold mine. So he needs to get those camel caravans going. It may be worth throwing down a couple of markets here and just spamming those out. And that's going to allow Soup to just get back into this game, economically speaking, and potentially just hold on to this onto this town center here, and we're just going to see him just go back up to like 90 villages here very, very quickly, or even 100 villages, and start getting those armory upgrades, economic upgrades, military upgrades. Sorting it out. We're starting to see towers coming up now for Kimo, sorting out his siege works, maybe getting a catapult, walls, towers, pushing onto this town center to get it back for himself. Soup can sack this town center. He's gotten the value out of it that he wanted, which is basically just the villager production, and then retreat back and hold onto this position here, and make sure that Kimo can't get this town center back. So staying 3 town centers against 2 town centers is still just as good as the 4 town centers. So he doesn't need to overcommit to holding on to the town center, but just definitely don't let Kimo get it back. We see these double walls coming up here. So obnoxious. It's just get stone walls. Make it simple for yourself. Stone walls is essentially double walls as well. We're starting to see the Huskarl coming out. It's probably not the best unit to be building right now because all the axemen that are left over. Definitely want to think about getting Jarl and raiding cavalry here. But there are guard towers with crenellation, so you do have to be careful about that. And looks like Kimo is just going to be waiting a little bit here before he starts sieging away at this town center. Definitely wants to get those walls up. Random garrison there. Not sure what's going on here. It's the Pharaoh's Idol here. Need to get that empowering those towers. We're starting to see a hill fort come up onto this location here. And now Soup pushing in. Going to be trying to take down the catapults here. Going to get picked up by that rock. This is the most obnoxious thing you can do with a rock against Norse. And against basically everyone, is you sit it on top of your catapults. And with army as well, so he just can't do anything. But this town center will probably go down here. But we are seeing Soup going to attempt to push forward. He's got 4 fire giant here. He's going to be able to snipe a villager, potentially take down these walls very quickly with no stone walls, but they do have 840 HP right now. Double mummy coming in. To attempt to take something down, but he's just going to be retreating back. Soup's at 180 pop. Lots of gold in the bank. Lots of resources here. The armory upgrades are starting to come out. Need to start seeing those line upgrades. How's the economic upgrades coming through? No winter harvest. You got to get winter harvest. It's so obnoxiously strong. Just to put it into perspective, winter harvest is, I think like... I think it's 0.1 food per second slower than hunting with hunting dogs. I think it's faster than hunting without hunting dogs. If you've got, I think I could be wrong. Someone correct me. But it's quite good. Winter harvest is quite good. Now I got the walls coming up over here. Signal flare, everything else coming in. See some mummies probably accidentally using their special ability here onto villagers. As more ballista towers coming up, and Kimo is slowly pushing in here. We don't have any of this back position here that I think that Soup should have been considering setting up in. Instead, he's repairing this town center, which is essentially 100% going down here. We do see the Frost Giant able to snipe one of those mummies, though, as the Rock's going to be retreating back away from the Fire Giants here. He does have multiple different locations that he can sit here and snipe this town center down. And there we go. That should be a dead town center now. One more shot, and it'll go down with the Pharaoh. And Priest's trying to take down these Fire Giants here as the mummies coming in to clean them up. It's very, very tough to get that damage done and finish off and keep these Fire Giants alive, basically, against those mummies. Now I see some Ulfsarks coming in, going to be sniping down these villagers who want to try and get this town center up. There isn't really a shot that Kimo gets this town center up here without cleaning up this army. So he needs to slow push in with towers and hope that Soup can't hold back here. And we are starting to see some Huskal coming onto this location. There is an obelisk here. I love this obelisk here from Kimo. But check out Kimo's line of sight here. He can kind of see a ton of stuff with these obelisks. So very, very, very important there. And smart from Kimo here. Now we see Soup going to be trying to get this town center back. Where's that rock gone? The rock's kind of come away from this town center. It looks like the town center is going to be coming back up. We'll see if Kimo can be fast enough to get the catapult in here and stop this one. Oh, super close, 2,700, and he does just manage to keep it down here. As let's check it out, he's got 800 gold in the bank, so enough to keep popping up these towers everywhere and keep on pushing in. But the town center is just a little bit far away. He does have access to Magi, so the mercenary cavalry can stay alive for quite some time. Got so many idle villages here for Kimo, unfortunately. Now we've got a hill fort coming down for Soup here. One option for Kimo at this point in the game is to get a Titan out as an option to just like push in and see what he can do. We do see these dwarves coming in for Soup. I love this. He's going to convert them all into Ulfsark here. At least that's what he should do. Because at this point in the game, you really don't need this many villagers as Norse. No, but he doesn't have all the upgrades. He's short. Okay, I take it back. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that at all. He needs those upgrades. We'll see if we can get this up. We've got these ballasts doing a lot of damage over here, but the walls have come down and these mercenary cavalry are going to come in and clean these up. Not before a hill fort is down. The catapult coming back in, going to be preventing the town center from going up here for Soup. Soup needs to get these walls back up. If you can come in and wall this up and slow push walls in this way and start taking down this town center instead of focusing everything on here, could be an idea for him. But he's going to break through one of those walls here. There is still the secondary wall to push through. You see Soup grabbing this town center for himself. He's still making ballaster, and ballaster that you can't really make ballaster until you set up walls well, but Soup's just kind of neglecting the wall upgrade here, so no stone wall, no architects. And because he converted so many of those dwarves there, he still has gold that he could be gathering. He's not going to get all those upgrades that he might need, so it could be a bit tough for him to get anything up. See these catapults coming through, going to be trying to take down one of those hill forts. Let's see if the ballast are going to be sniping the rock. And he gets the rock. Yeah. In before Kimo's got another rock already queued. There it is. But this does give you an opportunity to get this town center back. And this is a really, really important here for Soup, because getting the town center back essentially means a different situation from before, where Kimo could kick the town center off because there wasn't any units, but now that there's like really strong units here, there is still the rock micro here from the catapult here on the front to take this town center down, which is going to be tough to deal with. But maybe if you can get some walls in here, you might be able to clean this up with some more ballaster. That was a really smart play here from Soup to snipe the the rock there with those baluster. More towers coming up now for Soup. We've got the temple coming up here on the front for Soup as well to start making some fire giant in here. There are no mummies for the time being, but these catapults just doing so much damage, and Kimo needs to think about getting engineers, and that's exactly what he's getting here. Right now, I've got this catapult. Will go down though, 9 HP. So the fortified town center trading for a catapult at this point. And looks like Kimo's lost some houses somewhere or something. Yeah, he has, but he's rebuilding them. More houses going down. This is what I was talking about. This is the walls. Come in, build these walls here. Move forward, build more walls, and just slowly push onto this town center from this side here. And that way, it doesn't really matter. You've got two fronts you can deal with. And Soup's a little bit struggling for the production at this point in the game. It's still in the heavy cavalry. Definitely needs to get up to champion cavalry here. Just starting to see more walls coming in. Stone walls is finally coming up. We do see a champion axeman here. He wants to take down these Huskarls. The walls are up here for him. And the mercenary cavalry for Kimo have started to flood in. And it's really tough to push through these as Norse, as the walls and towers for Kimo are starting to really come to fruition here as he's happily pushing forward into Soup's base here. If they can get enough of these baluster towers up with the mercenary cavalry, these Jarls, they don't do so much. The axemen take down all the infantry, and it's really tough to defend against this kind of composition that Kimo's managing to create here. And you can see that Kimo's like trade route here is just disgustingly big. He's got way more than 30 camel caravans here, so he's just got a ridiculous excess of gold income to make mercenary cavalry and towers and everything else that he needs. But the villagers slowly getting picked off here. More siege works, temple coming up for Kimo. And Soup needs to figure out a way in on this game. As these armory upgrades come through, yes, we're starting to get bronze to come through, and Kimo on the other hand, very, very behind on those armory upgrades, and that's just because he's had to spend so much food on camel caravans. I do say that Kimo has managed to break through this wall here, so he could move the market to the corner and maybe delete some of the camel caravans, but we'll see. As the rock raids starting to come in, taking down Hill Fort and everything else. We've got dwarves coming in. Oh, I like this for Soup. These dwarves coming in, going to be able to make a side build on this location, but there is an obelisk here that we talked about. So this is going to get spotted for the time being here. The baluster going after the rock here. Gets no more damage done, 68 HP. We see the Hill Fort going up, but maybe Kimo's going to notice that. We already see Mercenary coming in onto that location there. And now Kimo has got access to this town center with all of these towers. What? I don't understand this tower here, but okay. Let's keep pushing forward here. Get this town center back. 3 town centers apiece, and it's going to be a very, very interesting game here. These raiding cavalry is taking down everything he can. Hill Fort coming up for Soup. Longhouse does go down. Good Pharaoh snipe up the top. Every time you can snipe the Pharaoh is really big, but there is obviously this other Pharaoh. Ooh, trade is a bit obnoxious here. Might want to delete those markets here. Is he still building? Okay, he's not. I thought I saw some more caravan coming out of there. But Soup is definitely getting pushed back at this point. And this town center is looking like it's coming up. And then the problem starts arising of the rock raids on your town centers when he can. Look at this damage. This is a 270 HP Jarl getting absolutely decimated by these towers here. Now we see a Hill Fort coming up for Soup. See if we can prevent this town center from coming up for the time being here. And just throw everything at it here. Apparently this Hill Fort didn't want to get finished or something. Checking out the resources for Soup. Very low on gold. He does a ton of ox caravans though. This is such a... Is he going to the wrong... Yeah, it's 9. It's like 100 gold here for Soup. So the gold income for each of these players is roughly the same because you get the extra 20% from the Pharaoh. ish. Is it 60 gold, 20% of 60? I can't do that math. It's like 80 gold or something, right? No. Something like that. I don't know. 80 gold a trip. Let's just call it 80 gold. So Soup's getting just a little bit more gold from his trade route at this point. But Kimo can easily just fix this up and get 100 gold himself. And then that's looking like 120, isn't it? Per trip. And now you see Soup has managed to push through this location here. I'm genuinely surprised to see like how good Kimo's economy is here compared to Soup. Like the score difference here, is it just in? Yeah, still no flood control, not flood control, winter harvest for Soup. So he should be able to have less villagers than he does on food right now. If he has winter harvest, he could cut 20% of those villagers. Just have more population, but nice snipe there onto that mummy. See the rock over here going to get picked off. There it goes down, smack. Now these catapult can get sniped. Kimo's going to be a little bit sad about that, but Soup's happy that he could get that dealt with now. Soup's coming in onto this location, going to be looking to push through here. You see the catapult does snipe one of those hill forts, but it's very, very close to being started anyway, so all good. Hill fort coming up now for Soup. See what he can do here. He's trying to push in and power through Kimo. And Kimo is just spamming ballast the towers. Just get this town center back up. Doesn't matter how long it takes him. He's going to get it up. And this is also why I question, like, you could easily get a Titan out here. And it's very, very tough for Norse to follow that Titan. Very, very tough. Maybe they agreed no Titan because it's kind of unfair. Now, more baluster towers coming up, and it's looking like this is a scary location for Soup to continue fighting here. You can see he's struggling to produce a little bit out of wood here. The villagers moving over onto farm some more. Why? Still no flood. There's still no winter harvest. It makes me so angry. Ah! The one thing that I love this here for Soup. He's got his portable ram. He still doesn't have dwarven auger. Soup just hates the like unique technologies. Obviously, does he have? Well, he's got Sons of Sleipnir. Sons of Sleipnir is coming through. Look at these cavalry just melt to the towers here. He's just Kimo, just more towers, more towers, more towers. But this is going to be brutal. If he loses this, how much does Kimo have? He's got 3,000 gold in the bank. So this push here for Soup going to be very, very important here. He's going to be able to cut off this location with a wall or two. And the market's going to go down as well. But Kimo's going to get his town center back. He's got 3,000 gold in the bank. And he can easily build a market in the corner of the map and come to this town center here. It's not as good. He's going to be looking at like 40 gold a trip. But with how many camel caravans he's got, how much gold he's got, Kimo's in a fantastic position here. Got a long house going down over here. As Kimo is looking like he's going to be able to just push through and clean Soup up. But Soup is in this location, and these rams here, they are scary. Well, they would be more scary if no, he's not getting it. If he gets Dwarven Auger, he's just gonna kill some stuff, see what he can do. To see this market is up here as well, very, very short, but here's what it is. And this town center is looking like it will come up. We see more portable rams coming in, more villagers coming in for Soup. He's going to turn those into Olfsarks and try and push in here and prevent this from coming up for just a little bit longer. There he goes. Just delaying as much as he can. The rams coming in the back and be taking down these ballasts. So this is so good here for Soup. And this is like, how do you take this down? He needs all of his mercenary to come out at once in order to pick off these rams. This is really, really smart here from Soup. Going to pick off a lot of these baluster towers and potentially prevent Kimo from getting this town center back up. But Kimo, he's at 5,000 gold. He can just spam mercenary cavalry into this position for as much as he wants. Villagers coming back in, going to attempt to get this town center back up even more, but the Rams are just consistently just piling in onto this location here. Axemen are not the answer here. You need to get some spearmen out or something in order to deal with the portable Rams. So very, very smart here from Soup in order to take most of these baluster towers down. All of this setup here from Kimo. There's still 10 towers left though, so I mean, well, there's only there's only 6 towers close to the town center, but it's 7 towers close to the town center, but we do see the town center does look like it is about to come up. Maybe the fire giant can delay for just a little bit longer. Too slow there with the special ability. Wind up. Now Kimo's up to 3 town centers, and this is where it gets tough now for Soup because he's 3 town centers apiece. It's equal, so you have to outplay like quite hard here for Norse. So he's setting up on this location, going to attempt to push in over here. And Soup does have good economy in the bank right now. Just trying to hold on, but there's so much space here that can be occupied by Kimo, and as soon as Kimo works that out, he'll just come in, wall this all off, take all of this map for himself, because Soup has not walled off these locations here at all. But he is throwing up hill forts here, portable Rams coming into this hill fort. Soup playing this very much like it's deathmatch here. But the difference between Supremacy and deathmatch is the town center rebuild rate is much higher in Supremacy. So the value of sniping a town center is a little bit less than in deathmatch. We see Rams coming in from this side as again. Going to be looking to take down the market over here. And then Rams coming in over here as well. Imagine if he had Dwarven Augur, then the Rams would build very, very quickly. And you could do so much damage. We now see the mercenary trying to come onto this location as now Kimo can start spamming his mercenary from this town center into Soup's town center. These town centers are close enough that it's going to be very, very tough here. You see the Rams coming in, going to go after Kimo's hometown center here. Rams coming in onto this location as well, potentially. We've got catapults here. Axemen coming through. And Soup's got how many Rams in this? 4, 5, 6. He's got 5 Rams here. 6 Rams here coming forward to take down this town center. We see this town center getting half HP. We're finally starting to see some spearmen. Spearmen take down these Rams very quickly. So smart move from Kimo. So he's trying to push forward and defend at the same time. Very, very important. But this entire space here is what Kimo should be looking to grab here. Well, let's check out what Kimo can see. Kimo does have an idea that this is here, but he hasn't sent anything over there to actually check. We'll see what he's going to do here. These Rams going after this town center, doing a lot of damage. There's only 3 left here, as the town center looks like it will be staying up for the time being, as the mercenary infantry are enough. Seeing more hill forts coming up on this location. Catapults coming in to try and clean this one up. Soup, he's got 2 Rams, 3 Rams ready to come in onto this location. Maybe I'll take the town center down with another push there. Do we see more coming onto this location? Yes, there's 2 looking to come in, take down this town center, but it's already back up to full HP with the Pharaoh repairing it there. Kimo not repairing this town center though. A little bit of a mistake here, as the Rams are going to be making their way in. Do they have... They do have the... I can't remember what it's called. Draft horses. Going to be able to take down the catapult with them. It does quite a bit of damage here. Kimo going to be throwing up a couple of more buildings here. Siege works. Migdol stronghold. Trying to push in. Soup's got 4,500 gold in the bank here. About 4,000 food as well. Just sitting on quite a bit. Did Soup finally get some more upgrades? Yep, he's got them all. Did he get Winter Harvest? But now, also, like, now Kimo can just get a Titan, right? I'm surprised he hasn't just gotten it. Considering that's what Egyptian players do to me all the time when I play Norse. Anyways, rocks now coming in. Oh, the front. The thing about rocks on a front here is now you can just drop, pick up. But there is the baluster. Baluster's a good counter to this. Very, very good counter to this. So nice decision to be making that one here.
Into you.
But Soup managed to take down the forward town center here of Kimo. He's managed to take down a town center. He's got so many rams here. 8 rams on this location. Taking down the ballast. He's got 10 rams. 11 rams here. Soup is effectively pure portable ram in this game. But still, oh, now he's got Dwarven Auger. Yeah, now these things do some real damage. 68 damage or crush damage here per second. And they build so incredibly quickly. What is it? Negative 20%? Negative 50%. They build in 10 seconds. 10 seconds. This town center is looking like it's getting sniped very quickly, though. A couple of Ulfsark trying to repair it, but almost all of those catapults have been taken down. The Rock going to be trying to fly over this way. Kimo's got 2 catapults left in there, and he just wants to drop them and then take this down. The Ulfsark trying to chase this over here. They're very, very low HP here. The Ballast are trying to take this location down. We see the town center going to be staying up for the time being. The Pharaoh empowering this one back up. The towers have almost all been cleaned up. Really, really nice play here from Soup. This hill fort over here is going to get sniped. Finally here for Kimo. The Ulfsark going to be pushing forward. Going to look for maybe a snipe on this back town center as he can just rush that, but maybe not enough units there just yet. The Balancer here in the back looking to try and snipe down this rock. Still does a very small amount of damage to the rock, but actually it's not that small. It just takes a long time for the arrows to hit. And more Ballaster come in. They have managed to take down all of these Ballaster towers over here. What play here from Soup as he is managing to keep Kimo down to 2 town centers. And this push here will get prevented as just more and more portable rams come in and just snipe everything over here. We'll see what he can do. More rams over on this location. We've got villagers coming forward now for Soup here. There's so many more resources in the bank. He can make these into those Ulfsark and start making towers over here, preventing this town center from coming back up. The front here has been thwarted, has been stopped as the hill fort, or the Migdal stronghold, I should say, does go down. These portable rams are going to move into the base of Kimo still. And Kimo did never manage to remake his market over on this corner here. So his trade is still very, very weak, and it's starting to hurt. 500 gold in the bank here for Kimo. As Soup is managing to push in. He did just kind of sacrifice all those villagers there for some reason instead of making Ulfsark, but I mean that's a decision. More Longhouse starting to come up. Looks like Soup is just a little bit low on the production here. It's not what you want to see as Kimo manages to get his town center back up for another chance here, but looks like Soup's now in the base of Kimo, taking houses down, taking siege works down. Going to be something to take the town center down as well, but the villagers already getting pulled here onto this location. Going to take down the portable rams very, very well here as well. Now we see the Axemen getting sniped here as well as these Ballaster taking this location down very, very nicely. The Rams over here going to be retreating away from these Spim, which just do so much damage to them. Looking for somewhere else to go. We've got a Mummy coming back in onto this spot here. But Kimo is definitely hurting here. Soup, on the other hand, still just trying to make Ballaster. Just still trying to make portable rams everywhere. He's setting up on this location as well. He needs to snipe this obelisk. This obelisk is giving Kimo so much line of sight here. He's spotting this every single time. If he picks this off, then I believe it's only up to here that he'd be able to spot. Or, yeah, about up to here with this barracks. You see these Ballaster are starting to get some value here. And the portable rams do pop out of the hill fort, sneaking away from those spearmen. The catapults do take that one down. Villagers getting pulled off immediately, though, as he's going to be able to prevent those portable rams from doing any significant damage here. And we see the Pharaoh in the back getting sniped. And Soup pushing forward now. We see the fortified town center. Looks like it's not going to go down, but it does take a lot of damage here, and there are a lot of Ballaster in the back here to start pushing forward. And again, Kimo's got next to no gold in the back for some reason. I figured it out. Kimo's got 26 idle camel caravan. That's why he's got no gold in the bank. That's one way. That's one way. It's one way to play the game. It's 24 idle camel caravan. Ouch. And now we see Kimo going to be losing this town center to the baluster, burning pitch baluster. Doesn't really help them kill the buildings, but you know, it looks cool. And there's the town center going down. Mummy will come in and probably take down the fire giant, but now Suppe has managed to cause enough chaos here, going after this location yet again with more portable rams. Town center on the front down, town center on the back will be starting to have a lot of damage dealt to it as well. Though the mercenary infantry going to do some damage here and try and help Kimo stay alive. We see the mummy coming over here. Mummy Vizier with the extra hit points and lifespan on the minions. Oh no, they're just... The camel caravans can't make it to the market. The camel caravans can't make it to the market because they're idle. Oh, there we go. He's clicked him. He's clicked him. Will he click the other ones? Yes. Yes, Kimo. He's worked it out. He's off. Off to the races. And now we see, will Suppe be able to push forward before the gold starts to come in yet again? And then Kimo just gets back to square one. Now we got these spearmen coming back in onto this, trying to push through, doing their thing. And the catapult's taking down some houses here. A little bit of a mistake having them on the front here. See if he's going to be, if Suppe's going to be able to get them back up quickly or not. This town center is almost back up. And Suppe just gets this hill fort back up on this spot. It's like Kimo spent so long trying to prevent this from being here and he just rebuilds it. Oh, I like this here for Suppe. Can he get this hill fort up? There is a complete black space here for Suppe to get this hill fort up. We'll see if he's going to go for it. He's got enough wood in the bank. Just needs to click on those units and make it happen. But the portable ram's coming back in onto this town center, and Kimo's just stretched so very thin here. With Suppe's got 9,000 gold in the bank. I mean, that's what he's got. Now we've got the portable ram sneaking in, gonna maybe be able to take down a house or something with that one. Keep causing that mischief. And all of this APM that Suppe's got here, just stretching Kimo thin, has just really made it impossible for Kimo to get off any realistic rock raids here with the catapult in this game. Especially on those back town centers, which are so hard for him to defend against. Just so many camel caravans here. You could just delete all of them here and be able to survive for quite a while on that 9,000 gold, I think. The portable battery rams just coming in everywhere as Kimo's back to 3 town centers, but his economy is absolutely shot here. Portable rams coming back in onto this town center yet again. This hill fort is going to be so key in taking this down because Kimo's got no idea that this is coming in. These walls here may be a mistake because it's going to give this away. Yeah, Kimo's going to spot these walls 100%, but now Suppe is setting walls up over on this location as well. Love that for Suppe. Because if he gets these walls up, then he can start baluster pushing this as well with towers. The more rams coming in onto this location over here, taking down the fortified town centers. Portable rams hitting this town center now instead of the back town center, leaving that feral alone. Going after these houses as well. And we'll see this hill fort finally getting sniped here by Kimo. Takes so long to kill a hill fort with axemen. The fire giant coming in will get sniped. Baluster still trying to take down the forward town center. Back town centers. Everything is just under siege. This is such beautiful play by Suppe here. Just doing so much chaos everywhere. Just classic Norse. This is why we love Norse in this game. Just the chaos is so crazy. Now we see these rams coming in onto this town center as well. You can just keep pushing in one ram after the next here with these hill forts up. And once Kimo sees those up, he's going to be very, very sad. You see him starting to take this down, this portable ram. will get sniped. He's done only 4 hits or something, so maybe wait a little bit before he sends a ton more in, maybe. At this point, Kimo, he's sitting at 156 of 169 population. More portable rams hitting this town center here. He's just not able to take them down, but he does so much damage. More houses getting sniped here by Soup. He needs to queue some more rams from this location here. But now we see Kimo making some ground here now that his caravans have started again. Pretty sure if Kimo didn't have all those idle caravans for so long, probably wouldn't be in this situation, but Soup's making a game of it. Now we see a cheeky wall coming up for Kimo. The thing about walls are they have such low crush armor that portable rams just take them down so very quickly. And all of the siege that are melee siege, they take down walls very, very quickly because their crush armor is so low. So it's very important to realize that. You can't take them down quickly with like hoplites, but like Zeus hoplites, but with Heliopolis, you do. Or rams, or siege towers, or fire siphon, you know? That's what's important. Now we see these town centers. Oh, 5 rams coming over here. 4 rams over here. And it is looking like Kimo's town center may go down here. This one's getting targeted down as well. And Kimo loses his back town center here. Really nice play from Soup, attacking both town centers at the same time there. We'll see if he can make an attack on this front town center while this back one's down. But maybe Kimo's just not going to be able to hold on here as more kill forts are coming up in this location. More portable rams pushing in here to try and take this town center or prevent this town center from going up. More baluster towers coming in here for Kimo, but his hometown center looks like it's going to be going down as well. And Kimo's down to 1 town center for the second time in this game, though it's been about 30 minutes since the last time this was the case. And I don't think that Soup's going to allow himself to fall here. He's sending a ton of villagers full. Look at how many villagers he has left on resources. He's got 28 villagers on resources here. The catapult going after Soup's forward town center, though. More rams coming, going to be attempting to stop this town center from going up. It is looking like this town center may go down, but the baluster will be able to snipe this one catapult that's here eventually, and the raiding cavalry as well. We'll be able to clean that one up. These villagers coming in. Ulfsarks coming in. More rams coming through to prevent this one. The Pharaoh empowering, doing a good job. This town center getting denied. More Ulfsark coming in onto this location here as the rams able to deny everything here. And the portable ram over here does manage to prevent this one for the time being. This town center very, very low HP. The walls trying to come up for Kimo over here, but Soup says no. And the baluster tower over here going to be getting sniped as well. Going to allow Soup's flood on this location to do a lot. Soup can just rebuild those villages as well if he wants to, and he does have a ton queued up in it from one town center, and that'll allow him to keep having that food in the bank. And now Soup's push here, just hitting this location so hard, but will Kimo be able to make anything happen with his 103 population and no trade route? He does have 2,300 gold in the bank and a mark and a town center here. So we'll see what Soup can do here to cut this all off. Monuments of the Pharaohs going down over here. These ballasts are doing some good damage here in order to keep this this town center alive. Nice micro from Soup to prevent this one. The Ulfsark coming in to repair this. Fire Giant going to be hanging out to just prevent that one there. Kimo's at 89 population here. Soup's at full pop. He just cannot quite manage to hold on to this location completely, and Kimo does decide in the 55th minute mark that he's just not going to be able to come back and get those town centers back up. That double push there with those pulver rams at the end here, the sneaky hill fort in this location was really, really key here for Soup. But my God, how very rare do we see a Norse player winning against an Egyptian player in this late of the game? I feel like quite clearly Kimo could have very easily gotten up a Titan in the middle of that game. Instead of going for all the rock raids and building all the mummies and everything to get out of Titan, he probably could have pushed forward and really made it tough for Soup to do much. But honestly, the fact that Kimo did not take this area of the map when he had this control here was such a vital mistake, because it's completely barren. A couple of walls here from Soup and it wouldn't have been an option, but if Kimo had pushed across this side of the map, taken all of this, then these hill forts would have never come up. And then also taking control of this spot here with some walls would have been very key as well, but Kimo just could not manage to make that happen in this game. The Ragnarok early doing enough damage, but I mean, I think it probably would have been fine here for Soup to even skip the Ragnarok and just go straight for Fimble Winter if he could have sniped the Son of Osiris as well, because I think the push was strong enough. But the Rag just pushed in, rebuilt well, managed to get the market on both sides. And there was 26 idle camel caravans. That was a big mistake there from Kimo, but my voice is going. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next game.